again. I related this story to Dave Michaels a little while ago, and he said, you should take that as guidance. They get better, don't worry. Now, first a few things to set the stage here at the summer. This year, I think, we're going to have one of the richest programs we've ever put together. You'll have the opportunity to engage in a fruitful exchange. Ideas and some of the most informed and insightful players and pundits in the UC space. And you'll also get to meet Dave Michaels. Now, among the sessions we're going to have, we have several different types. There will be a couple of keynotes, 2.5 sort of this afternoon, starting with Mark Robbins from ShoreTel, who's here, and a short Meet the Sponsors session. Also, Smart Technology who's speaking. And each morning I'll give you the rundown of what's going to be coming through. Also, we've increased the number of UC experts sessions. This is where the UC experts talk about technology, trends, and issues, and opportunities in the UC space. We'll get those scattered over the next 3 days. Also, one of the highlights of the session is always the focus sessions. These are small gatherings with the sponsors, where you get to hear what they have, and hopefully they get to hear what you think about it. So our guidance to the sponsors in those focus groups is always, yes, do tell your story, but make sure you leave some time for listening as well. Probably our single most popular session here at the summit is called the Vendor Landscape. That's where the vendors get to go out and admire the landscape because they're not invited. These are for the SIs and the consultants only. And during which Marty Barker, hi Marty, Blair Pleasant, Dave Michaels will give us their candid assessments of how they see the vendors stacking up. And of course, lots of after-hour activities, which will be starting at 5:30 this afternoon, where we get to meet and mingle, enjoy great food, and believe it or not, once in a while, a little wine. Now, I'm also going to introduce an Irish witticism or two into these our little launch talks here. The one I got here was from a song by a group called The Pogues. And it should be your goal for these sessions, certainly the evening ones, it is make a fresh acquaintance. This place is small enough and the group is intimate enough that by the time you leave, you should have shaken every hand that is here. And I do encourage you to do so. Now, on the serious side, we realize that the world outside of our little enclave here in La Jolla continues to spin. So, in the program, we have tried to allow ample time for breaks in the schedule so you can grab your BlackBerry. Steve Layton here? And hit those emails and calls. As such is allowed, we expect you will then be able to fulfill your responsibilities to our sponsors, which is to attend all of the scheduled sessions. Again, I emphasize that without their sponsorship, none of this would be possible. Which brings me to the other, more important historical note for today. It turns out that exactly 25 years ago today, a group of students started a protest in Tiananmen Square. That was 25 years ago. In 1989. Of course, all of that came to the head in one of the most memorable pictures ever to be shown on TV, which was shot on June the 5th, of a little Chinese guy staring down a Soviet-made battle tank and the largest standing military on Earth. Now, back to this business about attending all the sessions. If this responsibility is giggled upon, you may expect that same type of interface with Jim Burton. Now, so, with pleasantries behind us, it's now time to kick off the official program. And to do that, it is my pleasure to introduce my friend, our esteemed leader, our host, and the program chairman. Boy, you didn't realize you had that many titles, did you? The program chairman for the UC Summit, Jim Burton.
Thank you, Michael. It's always entertaining to have Michael up here first. It's always a hard act to follow, but I'll try to take them on. I want to extend my thanks for all of you attending. I know that Sunday afternoon is always a hard day to get here, and we try to make it as entertaining and as educational as possible. We had a couple of great sessions before this, actually 4 great sessions before we got started today. But one of the things that I have been troubled with over the last little while is, what do we call the group of people that resell products? And if we can pop up the questionnaire for this. The biggest issue we have, do we call you resellers, VARs, solutions integrators, systems integrators, solution providers, or channel partners? And it's a real challenge. But if you go to this the website on your device that you were registered with, hopefully, have most of you signed up so that you can use the app that we sent you information on? This is what you do. This is how you answer that app. And we'd like to get your opinion, because I use a term like reseller, and somebody says, oh, you mean somebody like Ingram Micro? Not exactly. I'm talking about somebody that's in this room, because Ingram Micro is not in this room. So if you could help us with that, we'd like to figure out what kind of terminology to use when we're talking about you and where we're going. One of the things that Michael had said, which I think is really important about the sessions that we would like you to attend, the focus sessions, you all signed up. You had an option. You could check a box that said, I'm willing to spend $3,500 to be here, or check a box that said, I would like to come as a guest, and I will follow the rules, which say you attend sessions. So we do want you to attend all the sessions, because that's what the sponsors pay you, pay us for to be here. If you find that there's a session that you say, it's crazy for me to be here, we know this happens because you already work with this particular vendor and you just got a briefing from them last week, so it's a waste of their time and a waste of your time to be in the room. If you find that is the case, where there's some compelling reason why you shouldn't be in that session, if you check with our hostess here, they'll work with you to try to get you rescheduled to a room that would be more appropriate. My apologies. This is a complicated process I go through every year. I start off with this list of about 80 resellers and about 40 consultants. So we've got 120 representatives here. And then we have every vendor who has focus sessions, and some of them have multiple sessions. HP, as an example, has 4 because they're a diamond sponsor. And then we work the list that they give us to say, I'd really like to have this company represented, or this consultant represented. So you start looking at the formula that goes through to make this happen, to try to make everybody happy. It's impossible. So I'm just warning you now, you're all going to be disappointed. And so don't blame me for that. I did my best. But hopefully you'll find this as educational as what we intended to be. For those of you who were here quite a number of years ago, I think it was the first year we were in Estancia, which would have been 5 years ago, one of the sessions, or my opening remarks, was, it's all about me. And that comment wasn't about me personally, it's about you. For you to think about how this program is all about you, because that's what we're here for. Our objective at UC Strategies and at the UC Summit is to help the market grow and evolve, and to help educate the market, and for you, those of you here. And we've done a lot over the years to try to get you the content and the information that we think is being helpful and useful for you in your businesses, whether that's a technology trend, whether that's a partnership opportunity, whatever it is. So I want you to keep in mind that this is about you, and if there's something that you want, something that you'd like, improvements of what we can offer you in the future, don't hesitate to let any of us know from the UC Strategies team. So without further ado, and hopefully we are way, way ahead of schedule, which is something really unusual. We usually are on schedule, not behind, but being ahead of schedule. We saved and we moved a few things around. So Michael Finneran tomorrow is going to give you a lot of great insight on market information that they've done in a recent survey. And he was going to do that today, but unfortunately he needed more time than we had allowed him today, and so he's going to present that tomorrow. And so we will get jumping right into our first keynote speaker.